Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and happy Come and Take It weekend. I'm Megan Barthels on this Friday edition of Guadalupe Valley Views, visiting with Daisy Scheske Freeman. Well, you look good considering what's going on for this weekend.
It's our favorite time of year, Egan.
It really is, and as Mary B. Arnold says, the tents are up, or the tents are here, and it is Come and Take It weekend.
Exactly.
In downtown Gonzales. We have a lot to talk about, so let's get right to it. Come and Take It. Preparation for this event starts probably the Monday after last year's event was concluded, and
you're correct.
You guys, you have a lot of volunteers. I know that y'all have had some meetings this past week and last week on just kind of getting planned and everybody situated and knowing where they are, and of course here we go with Come and Take It. And let's kind of talk about the planning that goes into it before we actually get into the nitty-gritty about what's all taking place this weekend when it comes to your volunteers, because you got a lot of folks on board that make this possible.
We have a lot of dedicated volunteers that we praise and we are blessed to have because they work their butts off all year round for this event.
So when you see them, and you'll know the volunteers, because they are going to be marked in special Come and Take It shirts, right? So if anyone has a question when they come down to the square this weekend?
If they have a question, yes, we'll be wearing a shirt. If they have a complaint, we will not be wearing a shirt.
Now, you do have an information booth. For those of you who may never have attended before, a couple of things. The pedestrian traffic is going to be heavy. There'll be a lot more vehicle parking, and a lot of the conversations that you see online, messages from the Chamber of Commerce, in addition from the Gonzales Police Department, is a lot of folks parking on the side street, and we really don't want to block anyone in their own home. So kind of be vigilant about where you park.
Exactly.
Tell me about some of the street closures. I know that in downtown on St. Paul, St. Joseph, St. George, St. Lawrence, and Lewis, portions of those streets, and I may have left some off, portions of those roads are going to be closed through Monday.
Correct. We closed down all the Saints.
Okay. With that being said, now let's go into last week, and we'll announce the winner. You had Royalty, and this is the second year that y'all have done for the Miss Gonzales pageant. It's by voting. Tell me kind of how the idea on how that worked, and when we're going to announce the winners of the Royal Court for this upcoming year.
So the Chamber Board of Directors changed the pageant from a traditional pageant to a voting type pageant, kind of like our neighbors in Luling, who actually helped us with the process on that. Now, instead of sitting through an event with girls answering questions, we are now having the whole community involved and people from out of town come in and vote for their favorite queen.
And this year, and I anticipate as it continues to grow, I did see more this year than I did the inaugural year. A bunch of signs on voting and really the support on social media. But in addition to social media, there's some signs out in businesses and towns about these girls campaigning to be Miss Gonzales. That's pretty awesome.
It's really awesome. And not only are there signs in social media, but these girls are visiting civic organizations and businesses in town who are then backing them. So it's a really neat experience for the young ladies to go out and campaign for their vote, and then to see the actual people who they've encountered come in and vote.
When do we find out the winners? When will the winners be announced? Is that going to be happening tomorrow, Saturday afternoon?
Correct. 5:30 p.m. we will announce the new Royal Court.
One of the other things that you're going to see that's not really, it's going to be in the lights from the carnival, but not open quite yet, is a new home for the Chamber of Commerce. And actually, I had just seen by visiting town the other day, in the windows, you have information on the future of the brand new Chamber of Commerce. The brand new chamber is actually going to be in the GVEC Home Services building, the former GVC Home Services building,
correct, which
is right on the corner of St. James and St. Louis.
Correct.
But right off the carnival, right by the old Wells Fargo Bank drive-through, and that's such a spacious area. For many years, the chamber in your current location, pretty cramped in there. You get to know your coworkers really, really, really close and really well.
A little, yeah. Liz and I just holler back and forth at each other.
But in this in the new building, some of the ideas and designs are up in that window, and there's a capital campaign that y'all are doing right now with the brick fundraiser. And tell me about these paver program and how one can learn more information on that.
So the brick campaign, we are going to be redoing the sidewalk north of the building and on the west side. And specifically on the west side, we are going to spell out "Come and Take It" so that you can see it from a drone or an aerial view. Or Google Earth, whichever you prefer. That brick campaign is also going to help people and the community be a part of this rebuilding of the Chamber of Commerce. You can buy a regular brick, which is $150. You can put your name on it, your class of 68 name on it in memory of somebody that you loved, or even if you want your cat or dog's name on the brick. It does not matter to us. Businesses will have the opportunity, or families will have the opportunity to purchase larger size bricks for $2,500 and then another one for $5,000. Now those 2,500 to 5,000 bricks will go directly in front of the building.
And when you look at that and kind of see the information on the windows in front of that building, you have kind of what the architectural design, the change. You're getting rid of the red, you're putting rocks up around. I mean, it's really going to be enhancing downtown right off of Texas Hero Square, and that is pretty exciting. People will be able to plenty of parking here. You'll have more room for inventory when it comes to. Speaking of Come and Take It, souvenirs and inventory. Yeah, the souvenir booth will be open this weekend, and we'll get back to all the exciting events downtown. But throughout the year, some of the times that I visit, talking to you at the chamber office, there are a lot of continuous foot traffic and visitors that you have throughout the year here at the Gonzales Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, there is, Egan. We visit with people from all over, not only in Texas, but United States and Spain, Germany, Canada, Mexico. There are a lot of people interested in Texas history, and this is always their first stop.
All right, so here we go this weekend. A lot of excitement and chatter on social media about the days leading up to Come and Take It, and you have put out information on there. I want to go back to mentioning that there are the street closures downtown, so just be patient. And you also have, for our friends who are elderly or handicapped that want to park and need a ride, you have a parking program that y'all are doing at the Gonzales. Is that Primary?
Primary Academy, yes.
And
sir.
tell me about this, in this parking. If you come in, I'd recommend coming in South St. Joseph and coming right on up. That's the old HEB that was downtown, right next to DQ. You pull in there, they'll give you a ride and drop you right off in the middle of the event and pick you back up and take you back to your vehicle.
And we would like to thank EMS Rescue. That's the organization that's providing that service. This is the third year we're going to have it, and we're really excited to have them back.
With the rural closures, and I just kind of talked about that. There's also some other new do's and don'ts this year, and just things to kind of make the festival safe. And one of those is you have a list that's posted on the Chamber Facebook page and the Come and Take It event page on Facebook. Talk to me about I can't bring my four-wheeler down here and I can't bring my boat. What?
You cannot bring any of those, Egan.
Okay.
We have had to put posts that no unauthorized ATVs are allowed on the grounds, and this is strictly for patron safety. We don't want anybody taking a ATV that's not theirs and hit somebody. We don't need a tragic
It just
event
becomes
like
a liability.
It's a liability. And you will see ATVs. Those will belong to the food booths, some of the Come and Take It committee, and the cleanup crew that will be tending the festival.
This event continues to grow some of the attractions this year. Well, we'll get started on the calendar of events tonight. You have Tonight's activities are headlined by a country showman and legendary country band, numerous hits on country radio. Shenandoah performs tonight. But before we get to the concert tonight and wrap up this Friday into the weekend, talk to me about this afternoon. You have a number of the museums will be open today if people want to take in the Texas history side, if they want to do some shopping. What happens and what time does everything get underway this evening here in downtown Gonzales?
It'll all start at 5 o'clock p.m., the festival. But before that, if you want to tour the Gonzales Memorial Museum or Old Jail or stop by the Chamber of Commerce, we will be open at 8 o'clock. But please be mindful that our arts and crafts vendors will be setting up during that time. And I know all the stores are ready to go.
Then tonight we have the food court, or the food booth, the food tent. You have a number of places where a number of local nonprofit organizations are in there. This is some of their biggest fundraisers that are involved in the community, and you can go in there and get something to eat. Now, how this works is all ticket sales. Most on the am I saying that right? It is on the Confederate Square. Your beer, your soda water, your food, that's all through ticket sales, and cash is over on the arts and crafts and stuff like that, right?
Correct.
Okay.
However, some of our arts and crafts vendors will accept credit cards.
And now the information booth, that is over between the food and the beer garden and right off of St. George, kind of right in the middle of the square there.
Correct.
You do have information there. If people have questions, wondering where to go, where to see the battle reenactment, because there's things all across town, not just downtown.
Correct.
But we'll talk about some of the other events tonight. We mentioned that the carnival underway tonight as well. And then is there anything else that I missed today?
We have a mechanical bull also tonight, and then the Lions Club bingo.
Blackout bingo tonight,
Blackout
too.
bingo, our favorite.
And then tomorrow morning, after a long night tonight, tomorrow morning you're up and at 'em to do a number of other things going on. Tell me, y'all got a run in the morning?
We do. We have a 5K run through Independence Park, starting at 7 a.m.
Okay, and then after that?
Then we'll start off with opening the ticket booth, of course, and then, of course, the annual Come and Take It parade will start at 10:30 sharp.
Talk to me about the parade route. It runs down. I guess the lineup is over by Gonzales Junior High in the museum.
Correct.
And then it comes down St. Louis all the way to St. James. It'll go north on St. James. It'll go back, I would say, east back up toward the courthouse on St. Lawrence. Then it'll go left or north again on St. Joseph.
Right.
Then it goes right on St. George.
Right.
And then it goes left on St. Paul. And they'll kind of get out to about the football field. And
I tell you what, every inch of that parade has parade spectators, and we love each and every one of you.
Let's talk about, I know that you had a chance to look at the book and see the businesses and floats. Anything in particular that you're excited about, folks coming this year?
I'm excited about all of them, Megan.
Well, and I mean, it's a community effort and a regional effort. I know we're going to see the police and the firemen. They'll be there. But you have so many other, from businesses to nonprofits to dancers to, gosh.
A little bit of everything.
It really is. And then after that, after you're done with that, with the carnival starts after the parade, you have actually a washerboard tournament. I know that's going to be going on that afternoon. Tell me about some other stuff that's going on, activities planned on the schedule on Saturday afternoon, Daisy.
Well, you don't want to miss at 2 o'clock. That is the annual chicken flying contest brought to you by the Rotarians of Gonzales. 3 o'clock will be the battle reenactment at Pioneer Village. And then, of course, we'll have the crowning of Miss Gonzales, so washer pitching, Come and Take It bingo, and our Come and Take It square dancers. And then we kick off with...
Well, the square dancers has really been a tradition for the Come and Take It celebration for many, many years.
Many years.
And to see them, and I guarantee if that's something you're interested in, they'd love for you to join. They'd love to have you. Tomorrow night, some of your country music headliners that are back on the stage. This guy, I just, for whatever reason, I don't remember what year it was, he either had performed here before or he was scheduled to perform here. I don't remember, but I remember that Eddie Raven is back in town, followed by Gene Watson.
Correct.
Talk to me about the buzz on these two artists coming to town, as well as Shenandoah tonight. What's people have been telling you about them?
Everybody is ready for Shenandoah, and there was 2 dozen roses and an older bottle of wine. If I hear that song one more time, I'm going to be singing it on the square. On Saturday, when we have Eddie Raven and Gene Watson, I am told that Eddie Raven was here in the late 80s. It did rain, but he was here. So we're glad to have him back, and we're glad to have Gene Watson, who's a first-timer.
And then on, and by the way, we were talking about this, there's no grounds